I was always the extra kid, the leftover, the one they never planned for, never wanted, never loved out loud. I had 3 older siblings, polished like trophies on a shelf. Straight A's, team captains, piano prodigies, family portraits with perfect smiles. And then there was me. Quiet, awkward. The kid who stared out windows too long, who liked monsters more than math. The one who talked to himself in the back seat because no one else did. I wasn't rebellious. I wasn't dangerous. I was just invisible. My parents never hit me. But silence cuts deeper than belts. They'd cheer my brothers for every breath they took. My sister wrecked the car once and still got cake. I spilled juice on the rug and my mom didn't speak to me for 2 days straight. That's when I learned something that stuck with me. You don't have to be screamed at to feel like you don't belong. Home was a museum, and I was the cracked vase in the back. It got worse with time. Birthdays forgotten. Report cards ignored. If I disappeared for a day, I'm not sure anyone would have noticed. Actually, I know they wouldn't have. Because one day, I did. I was 15, sitting on the floor of my room, sketching a creature from a dream. My dad burst in. No knock, no warning. "You're wasting space," he said. Just like that. Cold, sharp. "You're nothing like your brothers. You never will be." He tossed me a black garbage bag. "Get out." That was it. No raised voices, no drama, just the slow crush of realization that I wasn't their child anymore. Maybe I never really was. I packed what little I had, a few shirts, my sketchbook, 1 pair of sneakers. I looked back at my room one last time, not because I was going to miss it, but because it was the first place I truly understood what being alone meant. I spent the first night in an abandoned car on the edge of town. The seat was ripped, the windows wouldn't roll up. I shivered through the dark, stomach growling, trying to figure out what I'd done so wrong to be so easily erased. The next morning, I stole a half-eaten sandwich from a trash bin behind a gas station. The clerk saw me but looked away. I guess I was invisible to everyone. But that night, in that freezing car, I made a vow to the silence. I will never forget this pain. But one day, they will. I got a job washing dishes in a hole-in-the-wall diner, minimum wage under the table. Then I found work at a construction site, told them I was 16. No one asked questions. I worked until my hands blistered, then worked some more. No one taught me. No one fed me. No one told me to try harder. I learned because I had no other option. At night, I sat outside a 24-hour cafe that had free Wi-Fi. I'd bring my sketchbook, my busted phone, and I'd read. Coding tutorials, freelancing guides, articles about people who made it out. I slept on floors, in parks, behind dumpsters. I kept a blade in my sock and hope in my chest. People talk about rock bottom like it's a moment. It's not. It's a season. I lived in mine for years, but I built myself. Piece by broken piece. I took odd jobs online. Basic design work at first, then small coding gigs. The pay was awful, but it was money. One job led to another. Clients liked my work. They referred me. I taught myself better tools, built a portfolio, created something I never thought I'd own, a reputation. 5 years later, I had an apartment with my name on the lease, a reliable car, 6 figures in the bank, and silence. Not from neglect, but from peace. But none of that success, none of those wins could have prepared me for what came next.